Hey everyone, welcome back to the Critic Cafe. I'm back too. It's been almost a month, which is pretty crazy. I've been slacking on these episodes. Yeah, but we're back, and I'm actually having Brandon James Greer come back for a follow-up episode. And we have a little bit of a special holiday kind of theme towards the end of this one. Prepared a little holiday gift for him at the end, which you'll see. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well during these interesting times. Hope you all stay safe on these holidays. And yeah, we'll get into the episode as soon as Brandon joins. He told me to start recording beforehand, before he joins. I have a funny feeling that he's going to pop in wearing some ridiculous outfit. So just waiting for that right now. Looks like he's in the waiting room. I'm not sure I'm ready to see whatever he has in store, but let's go ahead and let him in. Hey, what's up? Can
Hey,
you hear me?
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, good, good, good. A lot of times when I
Nice. I
connect
like your
on
little
Zoom,
the stormtrooper.
yeah, yeah, this is it's Darth Vader and everything. This is
Nice.
my Christmas setup, so
Cool,
no,
cool. LED
no
lights in it. Yeah,
crazy outfit or anything.
mine's pretty much the same as probably you remember it, but
Yeah, yeah. You just need like a put a string of lights in there or something.
yeah, I probably should, to be honest.
You can do that afterward with just layer some effects on there or something, like it's snowing or whatever you want.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Probably throw in like some pixelated string lights or something.
yeah, that'd be really cool actually.
Did you say something before? I think I cut you off at the beginning there. Did you say anything?
Oh, I was saying I should have told you like, oh, we should both dress up as like elves or something dumb like that, and then show up and like not not be in costume, but the other person is.
Yeah, I had these socks from a while ago, like 4 Christmases ago, probably, and I think they'd suit like I think you'd like them because it has like a little cat with a Santa hat on them for some
Oh
reason.
yeah, nice. Yeah, and a lot of that stuff too, like when it's like sweaters or socks and stuff, it looks like pixel art sometimes too, like this, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I tried looking for it, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, I was gonna surprise you with that.
yeah. It's kind of hard to rep those on the video format anyway, unless you have
Yeah.
your leg up the whole time. So
Oh, do you still remember that holiday surprise I was saving for you? For
yeah,
so we'll do
yeah.
that at the end. But yeah, I have that waiting. I'm
Okay,
pretty
good. Yeah.
excited. I've been working on that like yesterday mainly and a little bit this morning as well. So
Cool. Yeah. Well, I thought that's like part of the focus too, right? We're checking up on
yeah.
your progress or whatever.
Oh, that?
Is that
Oh,
what that's
pixel art,
about,
you
or
mean?
that's separate? Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, we'll get to that as well. I've been
Sure.
honestly pretty slacking on that front, working on different projects and things. But
Yeah. Fair enough.
yeah. So how have you been, dude? Like it's been, yeah, it's been a few months now.
Yeah.
What's new? Like what anything new that you've learned? Any insights? I know you've been putting out content a lot more frequently these days. Like anything you
Yeah. I
want to
kind
share?
of
Like what's new?
am like at least recently like feeling like I'm finding a good rhythm with it and doing kinds of videos that I'm excited about and kind of keeping with that month or sorry weekly posting of that. So it can be a tough schedule, but like I'm trying to focus on projects that I am really excited about. So that helps like kind of keep the enthusiasm going,
Yeah, that
keep
makes
it
sense.
fresh. Yeah.
You've
But
you've taken on Pixel Dailies too. I've seen.
oh yeah, yeah, that was just like a random idea because I wanted like I thought, maybe I can do the art and the video all in one day. And it's a lot of work because like sometimes it takes more time to
Yeah.
actually make a video out of what I'm doing than to do the art by itself. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's sort of like an extra level of challenge to finish the art and finish the video all in the same day because like you wake up that morning, you don't know what the prompt is going to be, and that's kind of the fun of it and the excitement.
Yeah.
um, yeah, so that's fun. So I'll probably do more of those every so often. Have you ever
It's
tried something like that, like just
yeah,
like a
I
one
have.
day
I forgot
challenge
when though.
prompt or
It's
whatever?
been like a short while, but yeah, I remember trying one of those one time, and it was interesting. It was definitely
Yeah.
fun though, like getting like different prompts, and
Yeah, it's like
making it on
when
the
we did
spot.
our one last time, you kind of land on things that you wouldn't have done at all,
Yeah.
right? Like
I don't know.
the last one I did was rocks. So I was
Right,
like,
you want me to take a photo of a rock stack
yeah.
to remake that in
Yeah, yeah.
photography.
Oh yeah, because the other video that I had was the turning a photo into pixel art.
Right, yeah, yeah.
So we want to go the other way around, which is perhaps harder to do if you have very imaginative things.
Yeah, I'm still gonna have to figure out like how to do that because I need to make it look interesting too, and not just like
Do you think you're actually going to try
just
doing that?
couple rocks on top of each other. But
Yeah.
yeah, I want actually want to try that. Oh yeah, that kind
Yeah.
of reminds me. Your gift. It's kind of um in the same notion of like turning one medium into like another medium.
Okay.
So like you'll get to see that. I don't know. It excites me, but I don't want to reveal it yet because we still have like some time.
Sure. Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah, I've been enjoying that, and people really seem to like the video that I did with turning the photo into pixel art. I think because there's like a very clear kind of uh, objective with it. Like you can see the photo
Mhm.
and then just kind of imagine yourself, oh, how would I take what I see in the photo and turn it into like pixel art details.
Plus, you kind of make
So
like
that's
um like minor alterations too. Kind of like to suit your style, I guess, in a certain way. Like
yeah, part of it's
even though
like
it's
you
like
can
a reference, you can still kind of like put your own little touch in it. I guess.
yeah, it's kind of a win-win because you don't have to like spend as much time obsessing about like nailing every single detail from the photo. And then you can also just like make it easy on yourself to be like, oh well, I'm not going to do that. I'll do my own thing and
Yeah.
kind of not take shortcuts, but it just kind of makes it a little bit more fun too to run it through your own filter, right?
Yeah, definitely. Also, on that same kind of notion, I forgot. Did you add any little like Easter eggs into that one?
Into the photo video.
Yeah, maybe like a
Oh,
cat
you
or
mean
something.
in the art? Yeah, yeah. I had the two cats in there, and just like a little bit of animation, which obviously the static photo didn't have.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love adding little Easter eggs, and I keep thinking of the holiday thing that I I need to like calm down.
Oh, do you want to keep like referencing it in what you're saying to me, but
No,
you
I
don't want to
just
blow
I
the
just keep
cover of it, or
thinking
what?
about it, and like I don't want
Yeah.
to reveal it yet, but it's there because it's still fresh.
How long have you been like working on this thing?
Well, okay, honestly, since yesterday, but but like
But
I still spent like a few hours.
well,
Like
no, and I know that you've been thinking about it for a while, whatever it is, because you
I've
mentioned
had so
to
many ideas
me
too.
like months ago. So yeah, no, and that's like that's how a lot of my stuff goes actually, because I'll come up with an idea for a video, but I might not do it for like 2 3 months. you know,
Yeah.
so like the art is kind of, or the idea for the art is kind of in my head already, but I just haven't like brought it into any physical form yet. So it's
How
tough
do
because
you
sometimes you're like you got like a bit of a backlog.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how do you kind of manage all like the different ideas? Because you mentioned like you end up doing them much later, sometimes. Like how do you figure out which ones that prioritize sometimes, or like which ones that you want to put at the forefront, I guess.
Yeah, that's actually kind of tough because it doesn't always play out like you want it to. So normally what I do is like I'll usually have like maybe 5 or 6 ideas ahead of what I'm working on, and I'll write out a list. And like since right now anyway, I'm kind of posting every week, so I'll just write out the week and like what idea I might put into that week. And so once I finish one, I like go to the next one on the list, like, oh, this is the one for next week. And sometimes you're like, oh, I kind of don't feel like making that right now
Yeah.
because like I lost the excitement that I had when I first wrote the list out. So then I'll kind of swap it in with something that I'm a little bit more excited about. Um, yeah, it's just sort of like it plays out different in reality than what you think you're going to plan like 2 months of content in
Right.
advance. And then when you actually have to sit down and do it, you're like, oh, this maybe doesn't feel right for this exact moment. And it might just be because like I did something similar the previous time and I want to do something different. Like I kind of am able to kind of bounce between or like gain enthusiasm by going from very different ideas versus doing the same thing.
Kind of like adapting to the moment, I guess, right? Like just how you
Yeah.
feel about like how like motivated or excited you are towards a certain project at the time.
Yeah, that's right. So now I sort of like I still have my list, but I don't like try to plan out the time that I'm actually going to like make everything. So it's kind of like I'll finish one, then like if I have an idea I just thought of, I might do that, or I'll kind of consult the list and be like, oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I feel like doing this one right now, and I'll do that. So yeah, it's kind of crazy once you actually are able to make those things because some of these I've had the idea, like I said, for like 3 months. And I'm like, oh, now I'm actually like getting to see it
Right. Yeah.
for real. So like I get excited too, like kind of finishing my own art. So
I really agree with like the notion of, like having a plan, but like knowing
yep.
that it can change and like it most likely will, and also just kind of like picking what feels right towards that moment. That's something I've definitely shifted towards. I don't know if you remember like last time I was kind of like all over the place, like, oh, which project do I focus on?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they all differ like pretty vastly, like from pixel art to like photography to like entrepreneurship. Like, they're not really related that much. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I have it here. I have it here actually. I made a little project list of things that I want to do
Oh,
for the
cool.
break.
Yeah.
The thing is, like what you were saying, like I didn't put like, oh, Monday this project, Tuesday this. I kind of just made a list, and then I can pick and choose as I like feel what is right, or like what I'm most excited for. Like as each day goes on. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I could easily see how it would work out maybe for someone else that they would want a more rigid structure to consult it and be like, oh, okay, now it's Tuesday. So I said I was going to do this and I'll do that. And I've kind of worked like that previously as well. But yeah, it really is like what you're saying, like about adapting to the moment, because that's sort of, I don't know, I just find like that's where I get the best out of myself because I'm
mhm.
more engaged with what I'm doing because it like suits how I feel at that time.
And I guess
Which is a weird thing to think about because you're just like, if you just think about it like, oh, I can like, I should be able just to do any pixel art at any time. But sometimes there's certain themes or like constructions or whatever that I just enjoy doing at that moment. So
right, yeah. And I guess being able to switch things up from time to time, that also prevents burnout.
yeah.
Oh, I'm also kind of curious, like, how has your content, how do you, how has like the production process of your content like changed since like the last time we spoke, or has it even really changed at all?
It I would say it has changed. I've been a little bit better with like actually sticking to a certain workflow in terms of how I assemble everything that I need to put a video together. Uh, uh, and that even goes all the way down to like the way that my files are organized in my project folder. Because before I used to just like, like sometimes like I'll have like graphics that show up over a time lapse, or like I cut away to like a tutorial slide or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
and I would just kind of make that stuff up on the fly, and I would have all these different files like in the same folder. And now I
Like
kind
the
of like
huge
think
work in
about
progress
everything.
folder.
Kind of, yeah. So it's like you open the folder for that video project, and there's just like all my Photoshop files and video files and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I think it's really like it ruins your efficiency to have to like sort through all of that, right? And it's
Mhm.
a pretty obvious thing to just organize yourself, but just taking 5 minutes to be like, okay, I'll have these folders to put these sorts of files into really helps like speed it up. And then now I'm kind of thinking about like, oh, okay, what's everything I'm planning to talk about in this video? What are sort of the assets that'll help me in that discussion? and I make all that stuff first, or I try to. Sometimes I still do it after the fact. But once I have everything, then I can just kind of like fire away because I've got all of the stuff made. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
so I'm better at like planning that out. Although I find that that's recently been offset by like as I learn more about video production and just kind of like the rhythms of a video and like when I'm filming stuff and like getting better at that, it takes more time because I know like how to do it better than I used to.
Right.
So I
I mean,
put
yeah,
more
you're
time.
always like learning new things, you know, like
Yeah, and it's like sometimes that helps you become more efficient, but sometimes it slows you down because you also know when it's like not good or like you can do better. So offset in terms of becoming more efficient, but also just spending more time because I know better now.
right. Yeah. I've
Yeah.
kind of felt that too. And like, even though, okay, it's been a little bit of a hiatus since like I last posted an episode. I don't know if you noticed, but like it's been almost a month. But yeah, I've
Yeah.
kind of noticed like I'm just, it's both more efficient and also I take longer because like it's improving, but it's not making it quicker necessarily. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
because like I've if I go back and watch like an older video of mine, I'll be like, oh, like I kind of slapped that together because I didn't know any better. So it's just, maybe I got that one done faster. If I were to do it today, it probably would take me longer because I know like how to
Right.
kind
Yeah.
of assemble it better than those days. But that's fine. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that like you want to be the case, right? Like
True.
to
Right.
to be able to look back and be like, oh, I see all the flaws. That just means that you now have that knowledge that you didn't have back at that time, right? So
Yeah. It's nice to see that improvement too, like over time and stuff.
yeah, it's sort of embarrassing, like especially something where it's a YouTube video. Somebody will watch like one from a year ago today and then comment and be like, hey, this is kind of like whatever, you missed the mark on this.
Has there been any like added pressure now? Because I've noticed like your channel has definitely grown since like the last time we talked. I'm wondering if there's like, do you feel any added pressure, I guess, from like a larger audience, or is it kind of, how are you
Uh,
managing that?
I No, I don't. I feel like it's been better actually. Like uh, when it was like starting to grow, I think it was like very erratic in terms of how the YouTube algorithm like handles who it shows the videos to and stuff like that. So you get like it just tries it out on all these different sorts of people, and it might not be the right audience or whatever. But I found recently it's kind of like gotten more refined in terms of like it just feels like everyone that is watching is like kind of the same people that have been here
Hmm.
for a while. So I feel less pressure because it's like they are have that history of all the videos that I've made or whatever. So I'm not trying to like um have the video like stand alone for a new audience or something, if that makes sense. I don't really, yeah, I don't feel pressure, so I don't really think about that too much. I just do like what I'm enjoying, and I think it seems to come across okay. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
that's
I'd
good.
say it's gotten better, which is nice. I would hate I would hate to like have it feel like more pressure the
Yeah,
longer I go on, right?
yeah, definitely. I just, because sometimes like you see other creators, and then when they suddenly like amass, like a larger following or whatever, like there might be like added pressure, I guess, towards making sure that their content is like up to par, I guess, you know what I mean? Like they always
Yeah.
want to make sure like it's good, even though the content like is great content, but then they might have that, what kind of, what is that?
Well,
Just
it's sort of like it would be like a trap to think that you can always like outdo yourself if
mhm.
that's what you're getting at,
Yeah, that kind of
because
sort of notion.
like and not necessarily saying that you have to plateau, but just the idea that like say every video that you make has to be better than the last one, like that breaks down at a certain point, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you just have to not really compare them to each other and just do like, what's the best version of like this video idea just as its own standalone thing, right? Um yeah, so I don't know if that's like part of the pressure they feel is to like always outdo themselves, but I guess certainly like exploring different ideas helps.
But I'm curious,
I
like, do you
guess you
have
can
any?
like,
I keep saying I'm curious. I guess I am because we haven't really had like a full length discussion in like
yeah, that's fair.
a while. But what's next? Like what kind of projects do you, or are they a secret, or like can we know like what are some upcoming,
Like specific ones.
or just in
Um,
general, like any new themes you want to try tackling, or like any even like
yeah.
bigger projects, I guess that you might have in mind.
Um, I wish I had bigger projects in mind. I kind of don't, but yeah, it'd be interesting to explore like something of a larger scope, maybe. But a couple just sort of like generic ideas I had was like some of the videos I do are like analysis of art from video games, the pixel art,
Right. Yeah.
and I kind of want to do some more where I like analyze the art and then make my own version of it. I think it could
Mm.
be a nice sort of balance between like, like we could all look at like the analysis of like what makes up the art style of this game, and then I can try to replicate that. And I've done that
Like a
like already
character,
in
like
certain.
you'd make a character like for the game, or like a what?
Yeah, yeah, kind of
That's cool.
like designing like my own like Street Fighter character or something.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm going to do that because that the art for that game would probably be really tough for me to replicate, but something like that, right?
Yeah, because those are like large scale, right? Kind of
Yeah,
pixel.
those are big sprites. But who knows? I mean, that's sort of the point too, is like challenging myself. Uh, and you can learn a lot once you actually start picking apart a, a sprite from a game and be
Yeah,
like, oh, okay, I
definitely.
can kind of see like maybe how that was put together. Although in that case, like Street Fighter, a lot of that stuff was hand drawn anyway, so it's like I'm not that artist. I mean,
It would be
everything's kind of
cool.
hand drawn, but like, yeah,
You should. Well, I mean, I guess as a suggestion, I guess we're not like telling you like you have to do it, but like
yeah,
it would be cool if
yeah.
you have a bunch of like original characters, and I think it would be cool if you made them like interact in some way, maybe a little
Y-
series or something.
Yeah, I gotta start doing more of that. In my last one that had Nano in it, I don't know if you saw, was like I put a couple of the other characters in the background playing chess.
I'm not sure.
It's all good, yeah.
Hopefully.
But like, I that's something I want to do too. Is like because a lot of times when I do like a scene, it might just have like one person in it and then just all the environmental stuff going. But I think having like more characters in there would be nice, or maybe have some like interaction, like you're saying.
Like you like build like your world, I guess, of like little
Yeah,
characters and stuff.
yeah, exactly. It's tough because sometimes like when I make new original characters, they'll be in a certain style because I'm
Oh,
like
right.
doing either like say like a Game Boy style character versus one that's a little bit more like Super Nintendo or more detailed or whatever. So to put them in the same world, it's like should they be mismatched because it's like oh that's just what they look like, or maybe like find some style that's between those two so that they match stylistically.
That would be interesting.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so something to explore. But yeah, that's a good idea. I should I should definitely explore that more to kind of bring everything together like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for me, like I like seeing like your reoccurring characters, in like separate videos and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it kind of creates like a overarching narrative or
Like
thing or something
continuity
familiar,
in
right?
some sort of sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know people have joked about that, like the pixel verse. That's what it was
Oh,
being called.
is that what it's called?
Yeah, the extended pixel verse. Yeah.
That's cool. I like that. At this point in the episode, Brandon and I decided to check out the gift that I made for him. Podcast listeners, I actually removed this footage since you wouldn't really be able to see what we're looking at. But YouTube watchers, this footage is at the end. But yeah, that's your little holiday gift.
That's that's awesome. Thanks. I didn't realize you were doing something like so specific to me. That's great. Like that's a nice present.
Oh, what were you expecting? I'm just kind of curious.
Oh, I thought you were doing like I thought you might have done like a portrait or something in
Of your
Minecraft.
face.
Not of me, not of me, just like maybe like a photo of yours or something like that,
Oh,
like
okay.
translated. Yeah, yeah.
It's interesting. I've had like several like, different ideas that I wanted to like give you
Yeah.
stuff.
Sorry, I'm just laughing because it's like if you thought I was saying, "Oh, I thought you were gonna make my face." It's like I thought you were gonna make a bronze statue of me in Minecraft, but Nanopark City's okay too. Just kidding.
Oh jeez. But yeah, okay. I was thinking like based on the way he's posting. This was like months ago that I thought of this, but like I was like based on the way that he's posting now and like the way that his audience is growing, he should have 75K by the next time I see him. So I was gonna make a little
Sorry.
75K special, but
Oh,
like a
but
little like
I didn't hit that, or
no, I was
just
just
like, oh yeah, you were like projecting. It'd just be funny to do that and the number, and then like nobody subscribes to the channel, and you're like, well, this is awkward, but I kind of set up this whole
well, yeah, I
presentation for you
prepared
to
this,
hit this
months in
number. So
advance because I thought,
yeah,
you'd.
yeah. And there's just like, congrats on 75K, and I'm just crying.
Oh, I had
Yeah.
another one that would have been absolutely hilarious, but I would have needed to hire some people for that one. So I'll save that
Oh,
for like, I don't know, some whatever milestone. Or when's your birthday?
in February, you only got a
Oh, I
couple
don't have enough
months.
time to.
No,
That's too
no.
soon. I need to. I need.
Yeah.
But I think it would be really funny if I managed to do that one. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna reveal
I
to you
like
what.
how you're like, I might need, I like how you're like, I might need to hire a couple of people. Like there's
No,
like
for real.
contractors in the Minecraft world
Oh no, I'm. This is a
that
completely
is a thing,
different
isn't
one.
it? Or, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
It involves sound.
Oh, wow.
So,
Okay.
and that's kind of like not my realm of like creativity. So I'm gonna need to
Yeah.
hire some people for that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to tell you what it is, but I don't at the same time.
That's okay. Yeah. You can let it sit. Yeah.
Then
Just
another
like this one.
one, I'll have to do another projection thing that I was thinking about. Another one, I think it'll be helpful because I was thinking to myself, like, how can I bring like you value? You know what I mean? Like, I want you to like, what can I give you that will be like beneficial for your journey and stuff? So I have
Oh,
another idea for like a separate thing that I'll send at some
yeah.
point. Except it's more like
Even doing
ongoing, so
something
I'm
like this,
keep
like,
compiling as you continue to make content. So
yeah, I do appreciate just like the opportunity to kind of do something like this though, like the podcast is nice because it's like I don't do like kind of long form, just turn on camera and whatever type of stuff. So it's nice to like be able to share this with people too, you know?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What else are you do you have like on the horizon for other sorts of projects too?
Well,
Like
for myself,
that stuff that's like, yeah, focused on kind of your idea of like creator cafe and that kind of stuff.
right? Yeah, this winter break, I definitely wanted to hone in more on like my projects. You saw that whole list of like different things that I wanted to do. It's
Yeah.
interesting because my excitement and motivation towards different projects it like changes. Even though I love all of them, right? Because like I'm that kind of person that kind of does like all these different things, and like that's what I enjoy doing. It's interesting, like the interest level, it like fluctuates, and then in that case, then I start shifting towards and emphasizing like different things. For a moment, it was Create a Cafe. You probably noticed when I was on a roll, right? You saw that
You
moment. You
were on
even
a roll.
mentioned it
Yeah, yeah.
like one time, like, oh, you've been doing
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, it must be tough too cuz you kind of you also have to like rely on um not rely on other people but always like looking to see like who's available and schedule with them and stuff.
Mm.
So like you don't necessarily like can't just sit down and of your own schedule and stuff pump a video out because you need that person that you're talking to, I guess, right?
For the most part, yeah, I do wanted to like have like another person. I'll let you in on a little bit of secret though. Every episode so
Oh,
far that has only just me, it's because I didn't book a guest that week.
right. Yeah.
So like I kind of just I do, then I just say something. I deliver like whatever I'm thinking about at that moment. But like yeah, like
Yeah.
every episode that has just me, it's because I didn't secure a guest for that week. But
Yeah, but I think it kind of breaks it up anyway, though, and it's sort of like a vlog style, update or whatever, and
yeah,
you can still touch on things that that you're thinking about, or maybe something that might have clicked from like that you picked up from one of your guests or whatever?
Yeah, definitely. And also more recently, I've actually, because like going back to the whole thing of like interest shifting, like it's been shifting towards like the startup that I'm currently
Oh
like
yeah.
ongoingly trying to launch. So that's been like the focus more recently. Also,
Right, and that's kind of different sort of energy or objective than like being a video or something, right? Like
yeah,
that's something that you're not posting about like, oh hey, doing this
or at least
startup stuff.
not yet, because I do
Right,
want,
yeah.
because like when I'm building like a whole community around like the startup, then I will need to be posting quite a bit.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's kind of
just
like what you said in one of your, actually, it was one of your sort of solo episodes talking about uh, like over promising and under delivering, I guess, or
yeah, yeah, that one.
not necessarily just that, but also like kind of blowing your cover too early of like, oh, here's what I'm planning to work on, guys.
Hmm.
And then like either not getting to it for a while or just you don't finish it. And then people are like, hey, where's that thing that you mentioned that you were
Oh, yeah,
going to
remember
do?
when you said you would do this, but where is it? It's
Yeah.
been like a year.
Yeah. Because now it's on their radar. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Also, it's cool sometimes to like go under the radar, and then all of a sudden you launch it, and then you tell it like after you've made like a ton of like it's a surprise, like and it's done. You know what I mean? Like there's something,
yeah,
I don't know, just a cool feeling of like, oh, I've done all of this, but nobody knows about it yet. But then once you do, it's like, what? He's been, like the whole sense of like,
yeah. I kind of had that a little bit with my most with the video I just posted today, the Christmas one, because like
yeah, I
I
wasn't
only
expecting
started that. Yeah, I only started that like 6 days ago. I had the idea for a little bit longer, but like as I was kind of making that, I thought like, oh, I wonder if it'd be cool to post like a work in progress like screenshot and just be like to tease it kind of. But then I decided like, now I'll just post it and have it be like kind of a surprise, like, oh, here's my Christmas video or whatever. And I honestly, I don't know like what would be more exciting for somebody if it's like just pops up as a random video, or to be like, oh, there's the thing that I already kind of like saw a little secret screenshot of or whatever.
it. Like what, like to you, like which one would you prefer?
Like, oh, I'm not sure. I don't mind like when things just pop up because then there's no expectation already. I
Right.
think when you like tease stuff, sometimes there could be kind of time for someone to like have certain expectations about it and kind of fill in all the blanks in their mind. And then when you have the final product, it's like, oh, that's not what I envisioned, meaning the
Which
person
could be
doing it.
either good or bad.
Uh,
I mean, depending
it
on,
could be good or bad, yeah, if
yeah.
you exceed their expectations. But if it goes in a different direction than what they were thinking, it might have been better to just like pop up as a thing. I don't know. That's probably like way too much thought to put into it, and that's why a lot of times I'll just be like, yeah, I'll post a video every week or whatever, so they'll just go up.
Oh, true. Okay. You brought up a good point that I wanted to talk about. Maybe like, yeah, this point, and then like we'll wrap up. But what are your thoughts on how, and just like starting, like, because there's so many thoughts that could go into like preparing for things or like launching different projects, starting new ones or whatever. And I'm sure, because what are your thoughts on how you go about like just starting, and instead of thinking so much about like every little thing that can go right or wrong, over analyzing it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough because sometimes I'll psych myself out before I even drop the first pixel down and be like, is this like too ambitious, or is this like, what if I mess it up? And sometimes that's exacerbated by the fact that I'm like recording a time lapse too. So you're like, oh, people are gonna see like that I'm working like how I'm working on this too. So like that's got to be at least kind of an interesting workflow to watch and make sense. Um, but really, I found it's just like you really do just have to like start, even if that means like forcing yourself like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and just start this thing. And then I find once I actually start, there's something as I'm making it that'll catch my attention and draw more enthusiasm, and then kind of like just get the ball rolling, right?
Right.
Like you
Yeah.
build your own momentum, but it does take a certain amount of energy to just like put everything aside and just like begin, right?
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I feel like it takes more
the
energy
way
to start rather than the actual like process of actually doing
kind of,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
almost, yeah, because it's like before you start, like if I already have the idea in mind, I also have kind of a vague idea of what quality I want the final product to look like. So you're kind of having to battle with all of that expectation that you're putting on yourself that you're just imagining, right?
yeah.
When really you should be taking that imaginative energy and just putting it into the piece, right? Like if it goes towards anxiety, it's no use. But if you just put that energy to like making the piece, then that's what you want.
Right.
So
Yeah.
a lot of the way I get around it is like I'll just give myself like a small task, like okay, how about I just start this piece and I'll make like the character sprite and like a little bit of the background or something, for
Like
example.
breaking it up in like smaller portions, I guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like if I start something, I'm not sitting down to do it from start to finish. I'll just be like, hey, why don't I just design a little thing that's in the background? And then I'll start making that. And then as you see it in reality coming to form, you're kind of like, oh, that's really cool. I wonder if I could do this over here and then add this. And you kind of just like, that's your momentum starting to build. So yeah, that would be my advice for that is like, if you're having trouble, like just starting, like maybe just take one small piece of what it takes to start and just give yourself that as the objective and don't think about like the rest of what it takes to finish
Yeah, I'm advocating for that too, like breaking it up.
Yeah.
Because that's actually
Yeah.
something I've adopted fairly recently, and it's worked like pretty well for me too. But
Yeah, that's
anyways,
how I
yeah,
do a lot of my work.
what
It's
were you
like,
saying?
oh, sorry. I was just saying, yeah, basically just reiterating that's how I do my stuff too. So,
Well, did you have any like last points or last comments that you wanted to end off on? Any last words of
oh,
wisdom from BJB Pixel?
well, yeah. I guess in terms of like finding the energy or motivation to start or whatever, too. A lot of stuff, like a lot of times I hear people, beginners, like sort of fret on a lot of the technical requirements as well. Like, oh, do I need a tablet or do I need this program or that program? And I think a lot of people spend a lot of time like considering, do I have the best stuff to start? And
Right.
like I'm not going to be successful unless I have like all the best gear and all of the
Like a
best
Wacom
software.
Cintiq, like a
Yeah, exactly. And
the
so it's like you go out and buy all this stuff and then you're like, okay, now I'm ready to start doing pixel art or digital art or whatever it is. And it's like, you know, certainly that stuff will help you, but you don't need it to start. Like there's a lot of like lesser options that are more immediate to you. I think it's one of those side effects of like trying to put off that first jump because you're like,
Mhm.
well, you're building your own barriers because it's like, I can't start because I don't have a Wacom. So
Yeah.
I guess,
And honestly,
guess
I
I'm
think about
justified
that
in,
sometimes too, like I like that's definitely something that like I've had to overcome like throughout the years sometimes too.
yeah.
Even like with the
And
photography or whatever.
yeah, right. So yeah, like, I don't know, like my advice isn't like, you got to be able to do it with whatever it takes. Like, I'm not saying that. It's just like, you know, maybe consider other options or work up to that kind of stuff if that's what you think it takes. I don't know. So
Like
yeah.
um while having like better equipment or like yeah, better equipment will definitely like improve like a person to an extent, but there also needs to be like that skill that you get through like, practice and actually doing it. Like you
Yeah.
need
Yeah,
both
there's
of
a
those to like overall improve, I guess, over time, but more emphasis on like the skill that you grow like yourself.
That's right. Yeah, cuz it's like putting the better tools in the hands of somebody that knows how to use them or knows the
Hmm.
full potential. You'll get much more efficiency out of that. But if you don't have the skills, I don't know. There's a balance too, because I could also see where, like, if say it's like a software that you want to use, you might carefully choose that because you're like, oh well, if I'm putting all my eggs into one software, I don't want to have to like jump between them
Oh,
eventually. So I could see that argument,
hmm,
like I'm pretty dug in on Photoshop just because I've been using it for
right. Yeah.
like over half my life. So all of the keyboard shortcuts and stuff are like burned into my brain. So it's like,
I was thinking more of like, I think last time we were together, you mentioned someone used Microsoft Excel,
that's right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
So
I was
it's like,
comparing that
if you,
to like A Sprite, like that kind of
yeah,
dynamic.
yeah, exactly. So it's like if somebody was so enthusiastic that they just couldn't wait to start making pixel art, and for some reason Excel was the only thing that they had access to, they would use it because
Hmm.
they'd just be so excited to make pixel art that if it takes 10 times as long to like do everything, they're having a blast. And then I think
Yeah,
that's great. And then obviously if you gave somebody like that a sprite, they'd be like, "Oh, this is amazing," and they'd be, so grateful and much faster. So,
yeah,
but I'm not saying we're not saying that you should
yeah.
start with
Hopefully,
Excel and work your way up.
hopefully, like we
Just
got the
as
context
an
right,
extreme
at
example.
least.
Yeah,
That's another tricky thing with like video content. You want to make sure, especially like with shorter ones, you want to make sure like the context is there to like make sure you're not saying like what you don't want to say. I guess you know.
yeah, yeah. I know. Have it misunderstood or whatever.
Anyways,
Yeah,
yeah. Thanks for coming on again.
yeah. Thanks for
Nice
having me
seeing
back.
you.
Thanks for the
Like a few
Christmas
months
present. That was
ago.
that's a good surprise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're welcome. Yeah, took me. I started that yesterday.
yeah, yeah.
Finished it this
We can
morning.
keep
But
building, keep refining. Yeah, that's
honestly, like
great.
later on, like I might add. I got so many ideas after I was like finished. To like add more
Yeah.
things I could add. But like, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Good chat today. Nice seeing you again. Everyone,
All right.
thanks
Yeah.
for listening, and thanks, Brandon, for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thank you.
Here's the footage when I showed Brandon his gift. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me
Let's
if
see.
if you tell me like the name of your piece when you see this.
Okay. Oh. This is Nano Park City.
Yeah, nice.
Oh
Cool.
man.
That means I've done
Wow.
well with this.
Sorry. It took me a second because like obviously that one was like top down.
Yeah, it was
Uh
interesting because like when I go top down, like you
oh
can't see
wow.
like everything properly. But like,
Oh,
anyways,
that's so
yeah.
cool. That's
So
such a good
I.
idea too, because it was like a whole like, city.
Oh wait,
Somebody
my
made
shirt
it.
thing here. Let me pause this real quick. How do
Yeah,
you
it's like
pause
it's
this?
oh
I guess I can't. Let me just
wait, yeah.
put my
Can
jacket.
you can like walk around and stuff though, hey?
Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
were you like changing the
my jacket,
yeah.
my signature jacket.
Yeah, I recognize that sprite design.
Honestly, I was gonna wear.
Oh
That's like the
man.
most festive thing I had. So like, I was thinking about putting on.
Oh, is that a real shirt that you have that you
Yeah, you
designed
want
that
me to
on?
get it real quick? Hold on.
Sure, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like yeah.
It's it's a real thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I think I have seen that in a photo or something.
But yeah, I don't want to
That's a
wear it
nice
to be
jacket.
like too hot. So like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
ooh, nice.
This
It's
is so
gonna
cool
it's
though,
gonna
man.
turn nighttime, which is cool because it looks really cool at night, I think.
Oh,
Also,
does
I
it is
put
it all
guess what
like
I put
lit
up
up?
there.
Oh, Hannah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll give you a little bit of a
Is this all like
tour. What were you
yeah, is
saying?
it like functional? Like you can go in the building or is it like a front?
uh, okay. It would have been, but like we had some budget cuts. So
Budget cuts. Yeah, that's fair. I guess yeah, if you had started this yesterday. Oh, that's sweet.
yeah, like I can put actually yeah, I'll put on the screen like what it looks like in like your pixel art version.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is like the entrance, right? I forgot to put the arch, but like yeah, this is the
right.
entrance.
Well, yeah, there's still time to do the upgrades. I love that you got the tree in the middle though. I like the
Oh yeah,
tree.
we'll go down there in a sec. But this is the vending machine. You know, I tried to make it because I'm pretty
Okay.
limited. I have to pick from like these kind of colors and stuff. You know,
Right, yeah.
so
And it
I've
is
taken some artistic liberties here with some of these.
yeah. Is
This
it
is the bench. I
possible
don't know
it
if you
must
can
be
tell.
possible to like yeah, you can like import your own block designs though
Yeah, you
maybe, or how
can.
does
Well,
that
you can. They're called texture packs. You can like change
right.
like the
But
kind of textures on all of these.
like can you open it up in like Sprite or something and
Yeah,
edit the
yeah,
actual
you can.
pixel art? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I do that
if one were
sometimes
so
too.
inclined, you could yeah, you could like design
Only
a lot of
thing
that
though
stuff.
with that, which is why I didn't do it, whoever is like using the world, they need that texture pack too on like installed on like their
Oh, okay.
on their game, so then they can see it.
If they don't have the texture pack, does it just show like error on all the
Well,
blocks?
it would just show like these are like the standard like Minecraft blocks.
Yeah,
But let's just say I
it
made
would
this
fill it
like
in with
yellow or something, right? I made this yellow,
right.
and then I that's on like my pack that I made. But then if someone didn't
Yeah.
have it, then it would just look like this, you know. So
Can you can go over? There's the alley off to the left, right?
right, yeah. I just want to
I
let's
like
take a
I
moment
like
here.
the
I
alley
got
for some
another
reason.
Brandon cat here,
Oh, nice.
and yeah, you can't see budget cuts.
Oh yeah.
There.
But you can you just if you took a pickaxe out, could you just dig your way through the building or
I mean,
or you can keep punching until you uh
I'm on I'm I'm on creative right now, so I can just break things instantly. But yeah,
yeah, nice.
yeah, you can. Yeah. Anyways, let's just continue on here. So, I tried putting like a little people in here. Like
Oh, cool.
this is a
You
character
actually
from
got the
she was from the your original piece, right?
yeah, yeah, that's right.
I
So
kind of
you
made it so
yeah,
that
so you
she's
did put
walking.
the block in there, yeah.
Would you say?
Oh, I said so you actually did like do your own custom uh block design for that, right?
Oh yeah, I had to design that earlier too.
Yeah.
I it was interesting because you know how Nano was like facing this way, kind of.
Yeah.
It was interesting
Oh, I
because I
know.
tried mimicking that a little bit, but it wasn't. It didn't look right, so I kind
Oh,
of
to have like you could have
yeah.
it
It's
kind
like
of
you know
protrude
how
from
his
the
face
face a
comes out
little.
like curved like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
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 Oh, this Hannah was pretty easy to make though.
Yeah, that works
We
well.
go up here. Can you tell like this is can you
Yep.
picture like the art that you made for this?
Yep, yep. No, I remember. I recognize it.
These are like the barrels or something on the side that you put, and I put like a little shrubbery there.
Yeah, there was just like
Here's another
random
also Brandon's cat here.
That's awesome.
um
Oh, you got a little door there even, yeah.
yeah, I put in yours. You can't see like this far, you know, like in your pixel art piece. So I just kind of put like
Yeah.
a wall. Otherwise, it would just been like open, you know. So I kind of just threw that in there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
This I don't. This is probably like the one I don't really like. Is this like tubing? I don't really know how that looks, but
Yeah,
like
I know. I remember that like making that in mine too, and I was like, I don't even know what it's doing. I just liked kind of
it just
breaking
looks
up the
cool.
design with yeah, with some more like pipes or whatever it was.
Another
Oh,
Brandon
and
cat.
you have the art up on the
Yeah,
wall
I
there.
wanted to. Yeah, I
That's
put
so
it up
cool.
here just so like we have a reference. You
Oh
know, we
man.
can look. We are right here. This is where we are
Yeah,
right now.
that's so cool.
Did you?
It's like
Oh,
a
I'm really proud of these.
yeah, that's awesome.
I'm pretty proud of
Oh
those.
wow, yeah,
We have Brandon's cat here, and
nice.
I put
Oh,
like
and
little
that's
credits
Nano
and
there.
stuff. You know. This isn't. This is
That's
supposed
cool.
to be. This is supposed to be this guy in the back.
Oh, the rude looking guy
Yeah,
at
I
the
made
end of
him
the
look a little bit
alley.
more
Oh,
friendly though.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
also, this is something that I was really proud about as well. But you know, like the little cafe area here.
yeah,
So like, there's this little like ominous looking like eyes here, and I assume from like
yeah,
some horrific creature, right?
yeah.
So I did like I thought it'd be good to make sure that I encapsulate that, into this. So if we
Right.
go on over to the cafe over here, are you ready?
Yeah. What is it gonna be?
Okay.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's right. It was me the whole time. I would have gotten
Yeah.
away with it too if you didn't have this resolution. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that.
Well, now that's part of the lore now, isn't it? That I'm the shopkeeper or the cafe owner.
Yeah, you're like the
Yeah.
the horrific creature inside of this.
Yeah. that that is clearly just like when you don't have enough space to draw a full character, so you're like, I'll just put some glowing eyes, and that will not be ominous at all, and will just convey that it's a friendly character, right?
Yeah. Can we just appreciate
Yeah.
this from That's
Does it
from your
automatically
I
like?
literally googled your username and that was on like the face your art challenge or something.
Yeah, was it? Hopefully, that picture was along with like all of my art
Yeah.
around it too. Yeah, and
Don't
someone
worry, it
didn't just
wasn't just
take that. Someone just took that and posted it somewhere. Yeah. No, I got to do one of those for this year, actually.
Oh, that was for this year?
No, no, I said I have to do one for this year. That was
Oh,
like
okay.
the
Yeah.
2019 sort of like my favorite art from that year, and a picture of me.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll do that
Is he
too.
holding an ice cream sandwich?
Oh no, that's a book. That's a
Oh,
book. An ice cream sandwich?
it's
I can
definitely
see
an ice
that.
cream
Yeah.
sandwich. It even has like there's the little holes along
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
texture top of it. There's no way that that's a book. It's an ice cream sandwich that has a plating that folds along the side.
Or they just
Yeah,
extended the crust over, so
exactly. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
more like a taco at this point.
yeah.
But yeah, this is actual Nano now. He's just
Right.
chilling
Yeah.
on a little bench thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
here's the tree. I liked that it was just like kind of like a circular thing. It was a pretty simple one, not like some crazy like tree like
Yeah.
floating on the sides and
When
stuff.
when you drop in sort of big shapes like that, can you get it to automatically calculate out like a sphere, or do you have to make every like bit of rounding to it?
Oh, I manually carved this.
Oh, you had to place each
Yeah, I
like.
manually like placed it. At first, it was
Yeah.
more circular, but then I just started chipping away at it, and then yeah, I
Right.
think it looks all right. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
like a good builder or whatever, but like, yeah.
No, it looks good. It's a good like interpretation of that.
Here's me taking artistic liberty due to like the limitations of what's
Yeah.
available. Because like if we look
Yeah.
over here, it's supposed to look like this.
I think it was like yeah, it was like a little machine or kiosk or something. Yeah.
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 Oh, also, this was like papers and stuff like on the original art.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I kind of envisioned like this is more like a futuristic kind of feel. Like these are like
Yeah.
electric panels that just display
Right.
information and stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you got the ladder too. Nice.
this you can't see this part under like in the art, but like I just threw something under here because
Yeah.
here's like your little sewage thing. I was gonna put a cat in there, but like
Ah,
I didn't.
cool. Can you use the ladder? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, you
There you
can use
go.
it. You
Yeah.
can just like here.
Oh, sweet.
But yeah, I think have we
That's
been
so cool.
everywhere? I don't know. You can see like the roofs
Yeah,
and stuff here, but yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the most part. Just
that's awesome.
wanted
That's
to.
such a good idea.
Oh, there's one more little Easter egg, I guess. If you go on this one, you get.
Oh, what? That's a building block that you have?
Oh no, that's just another one of these map things.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, nice, yeah.
Oh, no.
The nano cube. Yeah.